Say hey, Yellow Jacket football fans. Welcome to In the Press Box with Calhoun's head football coach, Coach Clay Stevenson. And Coach Clay, it was a cool morning at practice this morning.
It was. It was nice. It was finally got some cold weather for those early morning practices. So bundled up, had the heaters going, and it was ended up having a great practice.
Let's get back to last week. Outstanding victory. We were so close to pitching another shutout. Just outstanding victory in the first round.
Yeah, I was proud of them. We gave them that short field there early, and after that, pretty much shut them down. It's kind of how we expected the game to go. Knew it'd be a little bit tough early on, trying to pound it in there, and then later on we kind of opened it up, and then special teams played solid as well.
Yeah, they did. We won all three phases of the game. The turnovers were even. We gave up one. We got one back, so we came out 0 there. That's a nice way to go. Our rushing stats: we had 34 rushes for 152 yards. They had 28 rushes for only 53 yards in that game.
Yeah, they had a few decent runs, but they also had a few negative plays as well that hurt the stats.
Passing, we were 11 for 18, 154 yards, no interceptions. They were 14 for 27, one pick that we had, and 149 yards. Carlos punted 3 times for almost 44 yards a kick. We only had 4 penalties. They had 7 penalties. We forced them to punt 6 times. Rushing, our rushing leader was Isaiah Knowles, 22 carries for 80 yards. We hit 5 different receivers. And, of course, number 3, Justin Beasley was our leading receiver, tied with Imari Winston, who also had 4. Imari had 4 catches for 61 yards, and Justin had 4 catches for 83 yards.
Yeah, it was nice having them on the field at the same time. It's the first time really since the second game of the year that we had both those guys healthy out there. So that's good for the quarterback for sure.
Yes, it is. Let's see. Trace Hawkins is up to 18 touchdown passes for the year, no interceptions.
Yeah, he's playing really well. He was our offensive player of the week. He does a good job of turning bad plays into not even just not bad plays, but turning bad plays into positive plays. So hopefully he can keep that up. Very proud of his progress and his effort this year.
Imari Winston had a touchdown receiving. He's up to 2 for the year. And Justin Beasley had another touchdown reception, a big one, a 65-yarder, I believe, for 14 on the season. Isaiah Knowles had 2 more rushing touchdowns. He's up to 5 on the season. So the game stats offensively for the pound and shoot offense were pretty good.
Yeah, they were. Kind of limited stat numbers wise. Excuse me. It wasn't a great stat game, but we did what we had to do to get the win.
Defensively, the black shirt defense, like we said, almost pitched a shutout on and gave up 7 points. As we look going into week 2, we are averaging 29 points a game offensively and only giving up 15 points.
Yeah, defense playing really well. Flying around, Alec Upshaw was the defensive player of the week. You can just recall several plays that he made, and it was probably his best game of the year, his most physical game of the year. So hopefully we can keep that going this week.
Yeah, Alec picked up a sack for the game. Blake Hammett had a sack. Clayton Goad had a sack. Sager Quinn had a sack. We got a player into the stat category. Jalen Moore picked up an interception.
Jackson Moore. Yeah, he had a great interception on our sideline there to end the game. So very, very pleased with the defense.
Yeah, like we said, we picked up that defensive turnover. Hog of the week, because none of this offense happens without the Hogs doing well.
Yeah, Hog of the week finally. It was the finally have all of them healthy and all of them and playing well and playing together. So very proud of those guys and the way they've stepped up all year. And this was Trip Steele's best game of the year, and he was Hog of the week.
There you go. Congratulations to Trace Hawkins, who was our offensive player of the week. Alec Upshaw, who was our defensive player, and Trip Steele, our Hog of the week. Yeah, I'll tell you what. Life's a whole lot better when your offensive line's doing really well, isn't it?
It is a whole lot better when they're all 5 healthy and playing together. And Coach Athens done a good job with those guys. And they've our 3 seniors up there, Grant and Tyler and Aiden, have done a great job of leading that group. And looking forward to good things Friday night.
Before we get on to talking about Douglas, who's coming to town on Friday. Let's talk a little bit about some postseason awards. As we mentioned earlier, congratulations to you because you are the Region Coach of the Year. Do you want to read these, or do you want me to read them?
I can read them.
Okay,
All right. So we had a bunch of them, and
that's okay.
so yeah. So lineman of the week, lineman of the year, excuse me, for the region. That was offense, defensive lineman, all put together. Sager Quinn won that one, and the coaches couldn't quit talking about him, how they had to game plan around a defensive end. Which sometimes you don't have to do that. So very proud of him. I'm gonna read these, hoping I'm not gonna leave anybody out. Reading them from the paper, but all region. McCaden Griffin was just an athlete category. Carlos Lopez, Justin Beasley, Isaiah Knowles, Grant Prine, Alec Upshaw, Clayton Goad, Blake Hammett, and Aiden Adcock. Those were all first team or, like I said, lineman of the year. Second team, we had Trace Hawkins, Tyler Banta, Jackson Williams. And then honorable mention guys, we had Hunter White, Bo Kelly, Cameron Penny, and Aiden Veal. So hopefully I read all those right, but just very proud of those guys for being recognized in the region. And the way it works, I don't even get a vote. We nominate pretty much the whole team, and the rest of the region coaches vote. So, but very pleased with all those guys' effort. I wish we had a few more on there, but I think the kids understand that it's the winning and losing that matters. That's
right.
just your name in the paper. But all those guys have had great years, and hopefully keep it up for a few more weeks.
Yeah, and if you pull it up on the website, and you'll see, like when Sager Quinn got lineman of the year, he's not on any of the first teams on offense or defense, but he is the lineman of the year.
And you take those out to get more people on the team.
Yeah.
So once you get offensive player of the week or the year, defense, special teams, once you're that, they pull you out so other people can get recognized.
Exactly. All righty, so we are taking on Douglas this coming Friday at the Reeve, and this is a nice ball team.
Very good. They're really great defense. They fly around. They've got several SEC guys on defense. Got a corner that's committed to Georgia, a freshman that's been offered by Georgia.
A freshman, he said.
They're very, very lean and long compared to, I guess, last week where it was a little bit heavier guys, but these guys are a little bit more athletic and move around. So defensively, they haven't given up, but I think 16 touchdowns all year, and you break that down even further, and they've only given up less than 20 15-yard gains or more for the year. So it's very impressive. They don't get beat deep a lot in the passing game. Then up front, they're very solid defensive linemen and linebackers. Then flip that over to the offensive side. They've got a playmaker at quarterback. They try to get him the ball, or they try to get him the ball out in space as much as they can with rollouts and just quarterback design runs. And he can scramble around. He can throw it as well. So up front, they're very solid. Like I said, I don't think they're quite as big, big as last week, but they move around real well. They're very athletic, and they've got some good skilled guys out on the edge to get the ball to.
Yeah, they were as big on the right side as a lot of college teams were.
Yes, Spalding was. Yes,
Spalding was. Yeah, Douglas, their offensive player of the for the region, their offensive player of the year, and then this includes Sandy Creek in the region, which is number one for most of the state. Most of the year.
Yeah, they're a little bit different region, but they got some players for sure.
Yeah, offensive player of the year is their quarterback, and he's a junior, and he is just electric. And I just, in watching tape, I just think, yeah, they're supposed to run this play, but if he sees an opening, I'm thinking he's taking off.
Yeah, he does a really good job. Like I said, they design a lot of runs for him, but also some of them are just scramble runs or different things where he has the ball out in space.
I think the first tape I saw on him was they lined up with two blockers, two running backs behind a tight end, and I'm thinking, oh my golly, what are they doing? And sometimes it's just power football utilizing their quickness.
Yeah, they do a good job of getting trying to get you out leveraged and outnumbered on the edge to just run the same plays, but they kind of have a formation of the week, a different overload set or unbalanced set that they use, and so again, you prepare for something, and they come out with something a little bit different. But looking forward to the defense getting out there and accepting the challenge and getting some stops.
Defensively, they're going to line up with a 4-man front.
Yep, they're a 4 down, really good defensive ends, really long and tall, which kind of give you some issues with different things. And on the back end, they play a little bit of man-man. I think that's what they want to do, but they also have where they just sit back in coverage. But like I said, they don't give up many big plays. They haven't played many passing teams, but when you start looking, like I said, for explosive plays, there just aren't any. There's you think over the course of the whole year and only 20 plays have gone over 15 yards.
Wow.
That's a huge task for our offense. But I like the plan we've got, and we'll just kind of got to see how it goes. It'll be a slower pace type game, I think, early to kind of fill each other out, and then kind of see how they're playing us, what their game plan is on offense and defense, and then go from there.
Yeah, it's going to be like a boxing match. You're going to jab around for a couple of rounds, and then see what you can do.
Yeah, hope we're not Mike Tyson in the ring last week. I hope it's a I guess late 80s
yes.
Mike Tyson rather
right.
than 2024 Mike Tyson.
Yeah, special teams. I mean, what's their kicking game like?
Yeah, they don't have a great kicking game. They actually the extra point kicker's not bad, but they're extremely fast on the edge. Blocking kicks. Their kickoff coverage is really good. The kick can go anywhere, but they've got guys that get down there in a hurry and make tackles. So it's just one of those that we got to be solid and not give them any way to flip field position in special teams. We can just be solid in that because we've got better kickers than punters, but they've got some athletes out there that we've got to make sure that we contain when we're kicking it to them, and then try to get them blocked on the return teams.
How was the team's attitude coming into Monday practice? Big victory last week at home. It's nice to get, particularly for the seniors, being their senior year. What's practice been like this week?
Yeah, it's been good. Yeah, I feel like we're this late in the season that you can kind of get a feel for your team and the leadership that we have. They haven't really let us have too many bad practices the last few weeks, and that continued this week. It's always tough when you play teams you've never played before, just the planning part of it and getting stuff installed. And like I said, they play a 4-man front, which we hadn't seen too many times on the offensive side, and then defensively they do a lot of just different little quirky sets to really just get their quarterback the ball with numbers, or he can hand it off as well. So Monday and Tuesday we're just trying to get all that under our belt and get everybody to see everything. And we've had really good Wednesday and Thursday practice.
Yeah, and that's good. I just wonder if this team is going to stay with that four down lineman against a team that can throw the ball as much as we can. It's going to be interesting to see how they react. Like you said, the first part of the quarter is going to be a feeling out period.
Yeah, it will. They've got a few different ways they could attack us coverage wise. So just kind of seeing how that is, and then seeing what wrinkles they have on offense as well. So just looking forward to getting it kicked off. It's going to be an exciting atmosphere, and looking forward to getting out there and playing some good football.
The weather's going to be dry, but it's going to be much colder.
Yeah, it is. I think it's going to warm up during the day a little bit, but as that sun goes down, it'll be pretty chilly. But as long as the wind's not blowing, the cold doesn't affect the players too much. It affects the fans a lot, and
yes.
maybe the coaches. But once the players get out there and start running around, 45 degrees isn't too bad.
No, and it's not going to be a windy night. Once that sun sets, the wind is going to decrease, and like you said, it's going to be a beautiful night. I'm really anxious. We're in the Sweet 16, and that's a great place to go. And by the way, you finished out undefeated on full moons this year. We're 2-0. We won the Beaver full moon last week.
We got to check that almanac more and start scheduling some more games.
Well, when the state final gets here, I don't know if I'm going to. Of course, we're going to be in a dome to begin with, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to call it a full moon or not. So we'll just keep our fingers crossed and cross that path when it comes. Any final comments?
No, just looking forward to getting out there and playing in front of our home crowd again. It could be win or lose. This could be the last home game for the year. There's some different things that could happen as long as we keep winning, but hopefully we can send these seniors, if this is our last home game, send them out with a win.
And we do want that. So fans, come on out and support the Yellow Jackets. Like Coach Clay said, it might be the last home game of the season, but you'll travel well also when we get on the road. Wear that black and gold and fill up the stands and root these Yellow Jackets on the victory. And I'm going to let you get back to your duties, Coach.
Thanks, Dave.
You've been listening to In the Press Box with Coach Clay Stevenson, brought to you by the Calhoun Touchdown Club.